Hi, how are you? I'm Asha from Tutor, and this is the last talk in the How to Interview series. I'm just about to share with you a quick summary, a recap of the do's and don'ts that you need to keep in mind before you enter that interview room, and of course for the time that you are in there. First off, be well prepared. We worked on this in our preceding lessons. You do need to know the company that you are interviewing for. You need to have a good idea of the designation and the job profile that you are applying for. You do need to know the introductions and details about yourself to be able to speak well on those and with natural ease on your personal and personality traits. Enhance yourself as needed, and finally, have a good idea of the kinds of questions that could possibly come your way so you are equipped with the best possible responses to them. Then there are the niggly little details. Where to go for the interview, whom to meet, the time of the interview. These may seem like small details, but any slip up here would mean that you're going to fret and be stressed out, and that is ultimately going to reflect on your performance at the time of the interview. So you do need to be thorough on these accounts. Go prepared with the documentation that you need. You don't want to be caught off guard when you're asked for a piece of paper, your resume perhaps, your CV, any certificates of appreciation, any rewards, acknowledgements that you have, and then unasked you find that you don't have them with you. Be prepared with copies of everything that you need to take for the interview. Wear something comfortable, wear something that is befitting of the position that you are applying for, your job, the work culture of the company that you are going to interview with, as well as your designation. Most importantly, be comfortable in your skin. And now, for when you are actually there. And when you're in there, it's very important that you not be in some kind of a negative or foul mood, that you're not laden by psychological or emotional baggage of some kind, which can infuse a sort of a negative aura in the room. Be positive. Go in there knowing that you are prepared for the interview. This is a good opportunity and that you're going to do the best that you can. Maintain your balance and composure the whole time. Sit still. Find a comfortable position with your feet firmly on the floor, leaning gently towards the interviewers, just like you're having a natural conversation with someone. But you would not want to be squirming and fidgeting, moving your chair around, because not only does that show a certain restlessness about you, but it also perhaps reveals to the interviewers that you are a little off balance and maybe somewhat nervous or hyper, and you would not want to create that kind of an impression. What to do with one's hands is a big question. No, you certainly shouldn't be flailing it about, because that's a clear sign of being very bombastic and perhaps revealing your nervousness and anxiety. You certainly should not be fiddling with your hair or your clothes, trying to set it right very frequently as you're talking. Don't be fiddling or fidgeting with the papers on the table either, or drumming on the table in front of you. Certainly not. Your hands should be resting on the table, perhaps in a respectful position, or they should be on your lap, but either way, keep them still. That is very important. When you're addressing the interviewer, maintain an eye contact. Make sure that you are not really glaring or belittling the person or persons in front of you, but talking to them, showing them you care, facing them the whole time. If there is a panel in front of you, yes, you have to face the person that's asked you the question, but not at the risk of ignoring everyone else. You do need to face all of them when they are talking, as well as when you are addressing them. In other words, be engaged, Show that you are interested in what's happening in the room. It's not just a question and answer session and the rest of it does not matter. Everything else does. Not just what you're saying, but how you are sitting and carrying yourself and expressing yourself. It all matters. So let there be an occasional nod. Let there be a sure, why not, or exactly, kinds of short responses that you can give along the course of the interview to show that you are participatory in what's happening there and that you're not just clamming up and being very nervous and just answering the questions that are asked of you. Let it be a natural, two-way dialogue or conversation that's going on. Don't answer with just yes, no, maybe kinds of I'm too cool responses with your shoulder shrugs or showing with your hands that you don't know what they are talking about. Attitude really matters in this case. So you don't have to be pedantic and give them long lectures for every question that is asked to show that you can speak very well or that you have a lot to share with them. But at the same time, your answers cannot be monosyllabic or just in terms of body language. Very important that when you are asked a close-ended question, your response just be 1 or 2 sentences. But if it is an open-ended kind of a question, say something that is effective, impressive, and also precise. Remember, the idea in this whole thing is to present your greatest asset, that is yourself. So spare no effort in presenting yourself as effectively as you can. If it is your strengths you're talking about, speak about it with confidence and pride. If it is your shortcomings, don't lie about it. Don't embellish in such a way that it all sounds so artificial and false. But speak about it honestly. Tell them you're human, you do have some shortcomings and flaws, but at the same time you have the strengths and the coping mechanisms that help you deal with them and come right back. When it is the panel asking you the question, or when it is an individual addressing you, please wait till the question has been asked fully. You might know what the interviewers are getting at, you might know the drift of the question, but you certainly should not jump at the answers almost immediately, even before they finish the question. Let them ask the question. Give it a couple of seconds after that to get your thoughts together, and then answer with balance and composure. After the interview, don't just get up and storm out of the room, no matter what you feel about how the interview went. It's important that you finish well, calmly rise, thank them for the opportunity, wish them a good day ahead, and leave the room. There's no need for you to be hanging around and asking how you did or what they thought of you either. That will come later. You don't want to show them that you are very nervous about how it went, but instead you want to let them know that you are confident about the way it went and you did the best you could. So leave the room with just as much poise as you would enter or remain during the course of the interview. And so you have it. Should you need any further help from expert tutors or interaction and practice with a peer group, call us at EH Tutor at 011-3010-2643 or register with www.ehtutor.com to enroll with EH Tutor, the one-stop tutorial for the best English communication training that you can get.